Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's Chris here. Want to bring you guys a little update on Litecoin. We'll be looking at Litecoin on the one-day chart. If you guys could like, subscribe, all that, I really appreciate it. I appreciate all the new people who've been here, and especially people who've been here throughout this whole bear market, all that, and have experienced this with me. You guys are my people, and I'm just very appreciative that you all have stuck around, and we've been in this together. So it's awesome to talk about it. But what I wanted to show you guys is be careful, number one. But number two, I'm happy to see that these moving averages are starting to flatten out a little bit. Remember how we talked about moving averages, and they're like a raging river. Essentially, you have all that momentum, and you're not going to be able to jump in that raging river regardless of what side it is without being swept away. And that's what's going to happen here with these moving averages. So first step, we wanted to see this flatten out. You see how they're starting to flatten out, and we're getting close right here to breaking over top of them, guys. That's a really big deal if we can get on top of this 12 exponential moving average right here in the purple. And then we have our 26-day exponential moving average in the white. And these are important ones to pay attention to. You guys really watch like when they cross. So if we could get a cross in the next, say, week or so of this purple line over top of the white line, that's a really big deal. And we could run up fairly significantly, guys, because we fell so hard. If we can get over top of this resistance right here as well, around that 63, and we can get over these moving averages, then the next one would be the 50 moving average. But you can see how we had this really long extended drop. We could very easily come back up into here, the $71, and then we would have a move if we could get over top of that 50 to almost 90 some dollars or so. So that's a big move from here. So you're buying them now and you're able to ride them up to potentially $90 and then sell. Guys, there's a lot of potential in that, just so you know. And if you're hodling, that's great as well. I'm a big advocate of hodling as well, guys. That's a very smart thing to do because no one knows with this technology what's going on. It's always smart just to have some that you tuck away and say, I'm not going to pay attention to it for a few years. But if you want to make some gains so that you can make more free coins, then you can look to these things and say, all right, if we can get a move here and these things flatten out and we can get on top of them, that's a really big deal. Because you see how they've just ridden us, guys, all the way down. It's almost every time we hit this 12 EMA right here, what happened? We'd fall, we'd come up, we'd hit it, we'd fall. So really pay attention to that, and we've been trapped underneath it. So if we can get up above that, that's the trend changing as well. And what I thought was a really big deal, guys, also we talked about this. See how many days back it'd be now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 13. About 14 days back, we talked about this hammer candle, and that could be very significant. All the charts, everything I've studied, guys, Japanese candlestick charting books, very, very powerful candle right here. And a lot of times it can mean a bottom. And the reason I'm thinking that too, take a look at this volume that was followed the next day when we had that gravestone doji here. So between that hammer and then we had the most volume that we've seen here in a long time. Why couldn't we start making a little bit of a move up? I mean, you can see how we're slightly trending up now, and we talked about the moving averages, that's a really big deal. So just keep your eye on this stuff, guys, because it could always be, a somewhat little bear flag again. And those bear flags are pretty nasty. We'll have this here where we have the drop, and then you start moving up, and then you drop again. So you have to pay attention for those things. But right now, we're doing okay. We're doing okay right now. We just got to focus on getting on top of those moving averages. Next thing, let's take a look at the RSI, see how we're doing. So we are pointing up on the RSI right now, guys, which is good. You can see that, how we're starting to get that little bounce. We got up above that 39 right there, so we're over the 40, which is a big deal. We have a little bit of room to run here, guys. So let's keep our eye on Litecoin here. See if we can get a little bit of a break, a little bit of a run up. It's due, guys. It fell so hard so fast, and there's been truly nothing but good news happening for it. So the adoption of technology is better now than it was when it was whatever, $400 or so. So that just shows you about price and market cycles and all those different types of things. That right now, when you're in this bear market, you're going to continue to fall for the most part. You're just going to follow these moving averages, and that's where guys, they're loving this, that they can get on BitMEX, and what they're able to do, they're able to short the market. So like we said, every time it goes up to that moving average, they short it, and they're making money off that, and they're able to do it on higher leverage. So that means you have a certain amount of money, you go 10x leverage, you're betting 10x. Like, that's a big deal. It goes all the way up to 100x, guys, that people use. There's 100x, there's 50x, there's 10x, 5, 3, all that type of stuff. And yeah, it's risky, but people are doing it, and they're able to see that we're in this downtrend, and they're making a good amount of money on it. So anytime one of these coins makes a run, it can get shorted. And this wasn't the case last year. I don't believe BitMEX was up last year. And now that people can do this, they're just going to ride these trends all over the place. And then when we finally get on top of that, we're going to make a big run up, because people are going to be using leverage on the long side as well. So keep these things in mind, guys. The game's changed from 2017. It is what it is. And you can tell if you pay attention to this stuff. There are serious traders in here who want to take your coins dirt cheap, and they want to sell them and leave you a bag holder. That's what they want to do. So you got to continue to educate yourself. And just because you guys are even watching on this video, that shows that you want to learn. And that's how I am. I'm trying to learn from all sorts of people, because there's so many people who, one could be a master on the RSI, one could be a master in candlesticks, all different types of things. You want to learn from them, guys, and try to be the best, So I want to bring this to you. I hope that you guys are having a wonderful day. Please tell me what you're doing. Are you buying, selling? Are you in cash right now waiting for a better opportunity to buy? What do you think? Are we going to make a little run up? You guys let me know, but have your alerts ready, because we could. If we make a move here, guys, get on top of that one. Can break over that 62. 62 might be hard to get over, because we could run into this 26 EMA right here. That could be a big deal, and we also have that resistance. But I mean, that's even a move from where it's at right now, guys. Got to keep that in mind. So God bless each and every one of you, and also keep an eye on this RSI right here. It's like almost like you're here. Bring that up. Sorry, guys, those things are getting in my way, but we'll do a rough one. Just make sure it keeps holding that, and if it breaks down through it, it's probably going to come down here and it's going to test that right in there. I'd see it breaking down to that 52, 53. We'd test that and see what happens. Then we'd have the bottom of this wick from this candle. But sure would be nice to see some good volume and continuous moving, because right now the volume is actually moving down a little bit. Take a look at that moving average there. So God bless you all.